Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Let's think for ourselves. Enjoy.
There's something going on when you see beheadings. I mean, beheadings, we haven't seen that since medieval times.
Exhibit I.
ISIS has released 4 beheading videos so far, and in all of them, an English-speaking man with a British accent stands over the men, issuing threats and telling the U.S. and its allies to stop the airstrikes on ISIS targets in Iraq and Syria. 3 men previously beheaded are American reporters James Foley and Stephen Sotloff, as well as British aid worker David Haynes.
I mean, you have ISIS, you have the migration, you have all of this stuff, you have... You know, a lot of people think you're going to end up with World War III over the Middle East. I've heard that for 25 years.
Exhibit JKLMNOPQRSTUVWXYZ.
Democracy, freedom, and to replace that with an Islamist tyranny, with a jihadist imperialism, to have an Islamic rule over the world.
Friends, today, from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track, and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished.
I think a certain segment are certainly a problem, and unless you want to be so politically correct where you want me to say, oh, absolutely not.
President Trump's executive order follows a lengthy report from the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy.
Mean what I say, and you need to take this very seriously.
This is an organization that believes in murdering Jews, destroying Israel, and destroying the United States of America. This is their objective.
To play the devil's advocate. This can be propaganda, the beheadings staged? However, hang on, I'll come to that in a minute or two.
Institute Director Charles Asher Small stood alongside lawmakers and scholars, issuing a warning that the Brotherhood is halfway through a 100-year agenda to undermine and destroy democracy. Founded almost a century ago, the Muslim Brotherhood now operates across the Middle East. Hamas began as its Palestinian brand. Election of Zohran Mamdani as New York City mayor as evidence.
That seems plausible. He can't hide his hatred even in public for white and rich people. He is destroying New York by promising his flock the moon.
I cannot help but think of the words of our 40th president, Ronald Reagan. He famously said, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
The report points to how the Brotherhood's civilization jihad strategy infects academia by using the Muslim Students Association and Students for Justice in Palestine, the latter being a major force behind violent anti-Israel protests at Columbia University.
The brainwash technique is not only infamous but had its fruits. Like suicide bombers.
Came out of SJP. He was a student activist for Students for Justice in Palestine at Bowdoin College, where he went to. And it's important for your listeners to understand that SJP comes out of AMP, American Muslims for Palestine, which is a Muslim Brotherhood-backed organization.
Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, Iran, and Hamas.
His son looks just like him.
Is a syndrome. It's a mental illness.
Trump's executive order states that Muslim Brotherhood chapters in Lebanon, Jordan, and Egypt threaten U.S. interests. Brotherhood-linked operations in Syria, Turkey, and Qatar.
I just figured that I'm not proving Trump right. He does it for me.
He said Muslims are a problem.
I did say I would come back to you. You can take these investigations and footage as you like. This is the case with this kind of research. The results are presented, and you have no way of knowing how and from where the data stems. However, we know for sure that 9/11 happened, and the more recent attacks on civilians and tourists in India. The targets weren't the military, politicians, or agencies. And these weren't actors who were willing to give up their lives. We've seen countless footages of them spewing their hate. Even children. If you didn't like this video,
I think a certain segment are certainly a problem, and unless you want to be so politically correct where you want me to say, oh, absolutely not.
If you did like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.